Welcome in everyone to Picks and Parlays. Football season is just around the corner. We are all getting super excited here at Picks and Parlays, and obviously because we've got a lot to talk about when we're talking about team totals and where they're set and who's looking for what this year and what can be attained. I'm Hannah Mears. You can follow my social medias at Mears Hannah and download our Picks and Parlays app available on all mobile device platforms. We will be giving you a short preview to each team in the NFL leading up to the season. I'm bringing in Terry Edelmann to help me do the Tennessee Titans. Now, here are some of my initial thoughts on the Titans and this win total sitting at 7.5. Just to recap, the Titans last year had a bit of an injury bug. They didn't really have a great offensive line. When you look at this team statistically, nothing was that impressive. The fact that they actually finished 7-10 was kind of a positive thing. They didn't really have a good division, so they were sitting there in second. But the Tennessee Titans have a lot of obvious glares at this point coming into the season. One being they're going to have a quarterback battle. You have a guy like Ryan Tannehill. He's been there a while. He was supposed to be their guy. They drafted a quarterback last year in Malik Willis. Let's not forget, he kind of flew under the radar, not really panning out. So then this year they get Will Levis. Now he's a guy with a cannon for an arm, and he can really step in and make an impact if he lives up to the hype that everyone's saying. And maybe he's a fresh start for this Titans team. So I would say number one here is this quarterback battle and how this pans out. Before we even get to that win total, what do you think is going to happen with that?
That's a very good way to start off. I think that I don't want to say it doesn't matter who is at quarterback for this team, because obviously the quarterback is an extremely important position. But I think with Derrick Henry, and with a really good head coach, that this team, I think the quarterback doesn't matter with Tennessee as much as other teams. I think they've always run the ball. I think they'll continue to run the ball here in this one. Um, Looking at the win total, I went through it here, and I have them finishing 9-8. The Tennessee Titans this year. I think we do get some improvement with them. They're in a bad division. They're in a bad division. Houston, don't see very much improvement there. Indianapolis, a team that everybody was high on last year. I was not. I don't see much improvement for them either. Jacksonville, a lot of people are very high in Jacksonville. So am I. I really do like them here. But other than that, Tennessee's got a good division here. I like them over 7.5 wins. I think they start off 0-2. But I think throughout the season, things get better. If Tannehill does struggle in those first two games, and they do go to Levi, and he does well, or Levis, or that'll be great for them. And I think they'll have a good season here, the Tennessee Titans.
If they go over 7.5 wins, I think it'll be just over 7.5 wins. I think they'll be a better team than they were last year. I don't think that they're going to be a drastically better team than they were last year. And I think we'll have more of an answer on that quarterback situation before the second game of the season. I think that we're going to see a lot of this in training camp, but this is going to be one of the best storylines to follow. Why I think I agree with you a little bit on that quarterback statement you made is because the Tennessee Titans have still been able to be relevant without a star quarterback, let's say, over the past few years because of a guy like Derrick Henry. Now they have a guy like D-Hop who opposing defenses really do have to pay attention to. So that's going to be interesting to see how much different their offense looks with him in the mix. And then they also got their star offensive lineman in Pete Skoronski. I watched him play at Northwestern last year when they went to Penn State, and I was covering that game. The guy is a beast. And if he's on that offensive line, clearing holes, not just for Tannehill or Levis, but also for a guy like Derrick Henry, I think that could be a little scary for the run game. But Tennessee Titans are going to need to diversify that offense eventually with the way that the teams that they're playing are starting to boost this defensive side of the things and seeing the value in guys at linebacker and at edge. So very excited to see what this Tennessee Titans season will shape up to be like. You're saying it's going to go over 7.5 wins. You're going to stick by that, even if it's maybe 8. You're sticking with that 7.5.
I'm starting 0-2, and then 2-4 at their bye.
Then
But I think
ramping
they
things
have
up
a
from
good
there.
end of the season. I think they have a good end of the season, and I think they do good against divisional opponents. Except that Jacksonville Jaguar. I'm high on Jacksonville.
I think a lot of people should be high on Jacksonville, especially what we saw at the turnaround last year, but I have some thoughts on that as well. We'll get to in later videos. Use promo code MLB if you want more of what we've got over on picksandparlays.net. That will save you 20% off of the entire site. Like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and put your comments in. Let us know what you think about the Titans total here. Over 7.5 is what Terry's sticking with. Thanks for coming by, Terry. Appreciate it.